Alrighty, folks. Good following instructions. Thank you. I just want to check in because we're waiting on 2 more folks, but you're all here on time, so we're gonna get started. So gather in close, gather and make new friends. You're all on a haunted historical tour tonight, and I know some of you mentioned that you're like, this is not. I'm here for the history and not the ghost. It's okay, Deb. But you're all going to make some new friends tonight. But before we get started, if you'll join me as I read our land acknowledgement here at the Heritage Museum. We acknowledge Heritage Museum of Orange County is on the unceded traditional territory and ancestral land of the Tongva people. We cherish our responsibility to steward the land we are on in Pasbenga. We will continue to grow and learn and share our platform so others may do the same. To our dear Tongva friends and family, thank you for letting us be in your home. Thank you for teaching us how to care for and respect it. We acknowledge you. All right, thanks everybody. Hi, I'm Darcy Staniforth. I am your ghost host for tonight. As I met all of you coming in, I'm so glad for those of you who made your reservations and also for our KFI winners tonight. For those of you who are like, KFI winners, my brother is Dean Sharp, and he does a show on KFI on weekends called Home with Dean Sharp. And so we have KFI winners because I was on there 2 weekends ago. So I am glad our KFI winners and our attempted KFI winners are also with us as well. I appreciate that. So I know that we're gonna, it's the haunted tour of the Kellogg house, haunted historical tour. But I'm sure many of you have been thinking, Darcy, this is clearly the more haunted house. Why aren't we going in there? I know you said we can't go around the back because skunks, but do we get to go inside? We don't. And here is why. This is the Maag farmhouse, everyone. This is a 5,600 square foot farmhouse. Wow. And this, I know, right? Massive. And this beautiful farmhouse, along with the water tower that I all instructed you to head towards, as well as our carriage house that's just behind these trees. These were all completed in 1899. So while the carriage house and the water tower have been restored, clearly the main farmhouse has not yet. We are in restoration efforts for her as we speak. So we do take donations here at the museum for that. And so she's a little rough on the outside. Oh yeah. And she's a little rough on the inside too. So there is really no walls, just a lot of studs. And there's not floors everywhere. And there's no electricity inside. So the goal is to not have any of you become permanent residents on my tour. So that's why we don't go inside the Maag farmhouse. But as you'll learn tonight, we don't stop places on this tour unless there's a story. Because that'd be a weird, I was like, there it is. And then we move along, right? The Maags were German immigrants who moved here and got involved with the citrus business in Orange County, right? And so it's nice that they're right across from our orange grove here. They were not only involved in growing citrus, but they were also involved in citrus councils. And their family, who's still involved with the farmhouse, tells us it's really happy memories inside. Nothing dramatic. That'll be in the Kellogg. We'll talk about those things. So they say happy memories in here. But Jamie, our former director, did do an investigation with some paranormal investigators in the house. And those are investigators from the Atlantic Paranormal Society. If anyone is familiar with the show Ghost Hunters, that is their West Coast team that was in with Jamie doing an investigation in the dark because there's no electricity inside. And when they were inside, they were doing what we call a flashlight experiment. And that is where you line up flashlights and you ask the spirits yes and no questions. So you will ask them are there more than one of you here? Turn on one flashlight for yes or 2 flashlights for no. And so they were asking these questions, and as they were asking them, nothing happened. And then they asked some more questions. Just really nothing happened. When they asked again, what do you think happened?
Nothing.
Nothing. That is right. So that gives everyone a little glimpse in what it is to be a paranormal investigator. We oftentimes sit around in the dark asking questions to nothing, or maybe nothing, right? So one of the investigators noticed that in the house there is a piano. And that piano actually belonged to one of the Maag daughters, and the family donated it to the museum as a nice piece of history. So the investigator said, Jamie, this is a weird question, but I happen to know how to play a polka on the piano. Can we try and see if we get any response? And they had been sitting in the dark for a long time, getting no response. So Jamie's like, go ahead. So the investigator went over to the piano, got himself settled in the dark, and started playing this polka. And not long afterwards, but all of those flashlights started going on and off like strobe lights in the house.
Oh, wow.
And so it became like one big Oktoberfest inside, right? So again, happy memories with the Maag farmhouse. And again, we'll get to some drama down here. Now, I want to bring you all to the corner of the Maag farmhouse really quickly so that everyone can see the